I spent 25 years in finance. When I finished with that, I started writing about economics and finance, mainly for institutional investors. But a couple of years ago, I wanted to get a larger audience. I wanted to include high net worth individuals, retail investors, and so on. So we came up with the name SuperMacro because it's primarily macroeconomics and the impact on the markets. And it's a daily newsletter and a weekend, a more in-depth review of the markets and the implications of the economic data on policy going forward. In order to get the subscriptions, we had to publicize the newsletter somehow. We needed a vehicle for taking in the subscriptions and then distributing the newsletter. And I put this all into one single Word document that I want to load into the website and have the website format a document and send it out to all the subscribers. Now that sounds easy, but it's actually a much more complex task than you might imagine. And I went through 2 previous web design companies trying to automate this process, and both failed. And it was an expensive process. And I would say to anybody thinking about employing a web design company is to be very, very careful and make sure they can do what they say they can do. I got a very strong sense of confidence from Digital Speed. I was recommended them by a friend of mine. I saw the work that they'd done. I went and saw them in Paddington, and I got a very strong sense of technical ability, their professionalism, and their competence. And in fact, they laid out a plan for me, came up with a proposal, they put together a plan, they told me how long it would take and what it would cost, and they delivered exactly in line with the schedule and to cost. And at various stages along the way, we had update meetings where they told me where they were in the process, any outstanding issues, any things that might have been a problem, anything that needed to be changed. Once the process was complete and we had the website ready and it went live, I was in Los Angeles at the time texting Taylor at 1 o'clock in the morning for him, and he replied immediately. And the next day, these minor problems were ironed out completely. It was absolutely perfect, and we've been using it ever since. So both aspects, you know, if you like, the end user experience and my experience of using the website are just head and shoulders above what they were before with the prior website. My brother also has a small business, and he said to me, he said, you're going to waste a lot of money with your first 2 web designers. It's inevitable. Everybody does it. And then you're going to find someone that you think is twice as expensive, but will actually get the job done. And he was absolutely right. And I think a lot of businesses have this, where you'll go and meet some web designers, they'll tell you they can do everything, and then you'll be completely disappointed with the end result. And my advice to anybody is, don't waste time with those first 2 web designers. Just go to Digital Speed. It is much better value for money. You will get exactly what you want, and it'll be delivered on time at a price which is fair, and it will work. Yeah. But you know, in the case of you guys, I really do feel like it's a good recommendation. I would recommend it to anybody. You know, don't bother with what sounds like cheap web developers. Just don't bother. You're wasting money. Go straight to Digital Speed.